Alright guys, welcome to the video today. So in this video we're going to be talking about the Revelator, which I said I would make a video on around 1 to 2 weeks ago. I used it in a live commentary with the longbow on 96's account, who's a subscriber of mine. So thank you very much 96 for letting me use your account once again. But this time we're taking a look at the Revelator, and I noticed a few things and I wanted to share them with you guys in this video because this weapon doesn't get any love at all. And it's not saying that it necessarily deserves it, but I just don't really see anyone using it like whatsoever. The main thing that I took note of is that it can be really good at times, and you can go in and have, you know, 5 streaks, 6 streaks, whatever it may be, and, you know, get it a quick little 2-piece or a 3-piece with it. But when it comes down to it, it's extremely inconsistent. And even with the perks I have, because I have rifled barrel, steady hand, rangefinder, and Icarus, and even with all those perks, the hit registration is still extremely spotty. It's kind of like an IS Luna with no range perks on it whatsoever, and with no hidden hand or rangefinder as a secondary perk. And that's why I kept some of the gameplay in here, not necessarily like the highlight portions, because I wanted you to kind of understand what I was talking about when I said that it was a very inconsistent weapon. And it doesn't do necessarily to the high rate of fire and how that correlates to bloom, and that, you know, it's low impact or whatever. It's just that for some reason, and I feel like if Bungie fixed this, it would make archetypes like Ill Will and, you know, the Revelator a lot more viable. Is that for some reason with these archetypes, the range is really bad. And you'd think that, you know, maybe a version like this with very high rate of fire, lower impact, you know, would have bad range, but something like an Ill Will would have extremely good range. But even then, like, the hit registration on Ill Will is extremely bad as well, so it's a bit confusing. But basically the main reason that the hit registration is so bad is because the base range is so poor just to start with. It's a little bit more suitable to pair with a sniper, and I found I'm more successful with a sniper. When it comes down to it, it's basically like a poor man's last word when sniping, and when you're shotgunning, it's a poor man's IS Luna. You know, I don't know, I enjoy using it, and I think it's a good weapon and a fun weapon to use, but you're going to notice there's a lot of gunfights and a lot of engagements where you might even be ahead in the gunfight and you got 1 headshot on them, and then suddenly they turn around and 3-tap you, and you have to hit 2 headshots and a body shot to kill with this weapon, while, you know, if someone else is using an IS Luna and they still have better range and they're a little bit more effective at range, they can turn around and hit 1 headshot and 2 body shots, and then boom, you're dead. The handling overall felt really good, and even though I wasn't using quick draw or any sort of sight that would make me aim quicker, it still felt extremely snappy, and I had to actually go in my menu to kind of confirm that I wasn't using quick draw, because it definitely feels like you have it on. It aims in extremely fast. Switching to your shotgun is pretty quick, and switching from your shotgun to the weapon is very fast as well. It's a very snappy, very light gun, definitely somewhere along the lines of a last word. But even with the last word, the range is a lot, you know, worse on a last word, but somehow it's even more consistent. It's very weird to use this weapon, because sometimes you'll be using it and you'll like go off and kill like 1 billion people with it, and then the next minute you're gonna find that like your next 4 bullets miss. So it really depends on the lobby you get, the players you get, you know, how the hit registration is that day. And I think that moving forward in the future, Bungie buffing these types of weapons to make it so that, you know, when it comes to the 3 or 4 different, because, you know, you have hand cannons, pulse rifles, and scout rifles. When you have these 3 different weapon classes, you find that within each one, people are only using 1 archetype. There's always that one dominant archetype, and no one touches anything else. And I think that getting those archetypes that aren't really touched at all and making sure that they're viable and actually somewhat effective would make the game a lot more fun. And for people that haven't used the Revelator before, maybe there would be a little bit more incentive to use it. And in making it so that more guns are usable, in the end, will prolong the life of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have a Revelator, even a year 1 version, you can re-roll it. If you don't, be on the lookout, because you might get one from PvP and it could have a good roll. If it has a great roll, try it out. If it's not perfect, then I wouldn't recommend touching it. That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Peace. I just said video like 1 billion times.